Hi guys, this is Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today I'm going to do the first video for the club kits for the month from Spellbinders, and I have to let you guys know something. After I finished rewatching the unboxing video, I realized when I was putting things away that, oh my goodness, the bunny that I was so tickled about, that I thought was just so stinking cute, it turns out it is a floating bunny. That's the title of it. That's the name of the die set for the small die of the month. But it actually swings, so it is one of those little swinger characters. So that is going to be so much fun, and I've been thinking, and I think I could probably make the swinger mechanism work on some other things too. So what I'm going to start off with is just cutting out some of the pieces for this floating bunny card. I couldn't help it. I have to do that one first because it is, of course, interactive awesomeness. So I'm going to go ahead and get started just die cutting some of those pieces out, and let's make a couple of cards. Before I can get started die cutting, I need to flatten out my magic mat. So let's take a look at all of the things that I cut out. So I cut out two of each of several of them because I want to do some things. So these are, as far as first part, those are our little ropes for our swing, and this one, okay, this is the seat. So those are all included on that die. And we've got some, okay, I'm going to lay them out beside each of the dies. That way you know what everything is. Okay, we've got some clouds. So there are a couple of clouds. This one is a smaller cloud. This is part of that mechanism, which is a swinger mechanism, which is awesome. We've got our little bunny face, and then we've got the ears. And like I said, I did go ahead and do two of each of these, well, of most of these. The balloons, I only made one. I figure I'll do one balloon card, and then I'll do another one, just plain swinger. And these are going to be just so stinking cute. And each of the balloons come with a little tie piece as well. So next what I need to do is start coloring some of these guys up. Okay, so I am going to start off with what I've done so far anyway. I took some of my Post-it tape, and I have got the sticky side up on the middle, and I've got it taped it down to my surface with a couple more pieces, so everything will stay in place. And then I've kind of lined everything up so I know what everything is. Then we've got the body of the bunnies, we've got the swing seats, we've got the arms, and the dies for that. This one is the die that creates all of the pieces for our little bunny. So we've got arms with the little hands that can hold onto the rope, which is awesome. We've got faces, that's different die. This one is for the face, and then this piece does the body. So these are basically to color in. This is for the body and the inside of the ears, and then this one is for the rest of the body and for the arms and for the ears. So those are all fun. So you can basically cut out different colors. So say pink or brown or whatever for the belly, and then a different color for the rest of the body, and that'd be fine. But I decided to cut everything out of white because, of course, I didn't know what I wanted to color anything. And I'm going to go ahead and just start coloring up some. I decided I do want to use some pink for the belly, so this one is my PP2. These are my Spectrum Noir markers. And because they're taped down, they should stay in place pretty easily and make it a lot easier for me to color up. So those are the insides of my ears, and then I've got the inside of the belly. And I may go back, this one is the PP2, I may go back and add a little bit of dimension around the edges. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got my PP3 here, so I can go around the edges, give it a little bit more dimension. And since this is Post-it tape, it's not real sticky. So just adding a little bit more. That one's just not wanting to stay in place. And I go back over with the lighter color, so that was the PP3, and I'm going to go back over it with the PP2 to blend out some of that darker shade. And this is just some simple coloring. Okay, so we got some pink bellies, so that is cool. And then I'm going to come in with some BG markers, which is kind of a brown gray for the rest. I'm not sure how dark I want to go. These are going to be white bunnies. So I'm starting off with my lightest just around the edge. And get a little bit of ink down, and then once those have a chance to kind of go into the paper, then I can decide what I want to do, if I want to do more or not. For the face, I'm just going to go around on the outside, on the two, right around the cheeks. And then for the ears, yeah, I think I'm just going to go around on both sides, kind of like what I did with the belly. I do think I want to have a little bit of pink for my bunny's cheeks though, so I'm going to put a little bit of pink down, and then I'm going to use my colorless blender to pull that out. I'm just going to put just a little touch there. Let's see if I can get that blended out a little bit. Don't use my colorless blender much, but I kind of want just a soft rosiness around the cheeks. And I think that'll be good enough. As for the brown gray, I do think I want to come in just a little bit darker in a couple of places on these. And then I'm going to blend that out too. So there's my ears, and that was BG3, so I'm coming back with, actually that was darker than I was intending, so I'm coming back with BG1 and see if I can blend that out a little bit more. Okay, and since I did that with the ears, I think I'm going to do the same thing with the other places that I have colored. But just on parts, so just right around here, down here at the bottom, around the legs of my little bunny, and then right on the edge of the sides of the face, and then I'll blend all of those out. Okay, and then we've got basically the same kind of thing with the arms, but these I think I'm just going to use the BG1, I think, and that's going to be on the outer side of each of those little arms. And there's two different styles. One has got where it's holding onto the string, and the other one is where it's not, or where it's holding onto the rope rather. I want the back of my little eyes for my bunnies to be black and the nose to be white. Nose to be pink. So I'm going to do a little bit of coloring on some cardstock, and then I'm going to glue this behind it, because that's a lot easier than trying to find the little piece that dropped out of that. And because I don't want any of the black, this is just something I'm trying to see how it works. I don't want any of the black to go over where my pink nose is, or where my pink nose is gonna be, so I'm holding my nail over that, so hopefully I don't accidentally put this guy in the wrong spot. Okay, so that should be good. So now we've got our little eyes for that one. Okay, so that looks pretty cute. Next, I need to do the same thing, but do it with the little pink nose. Okay, I'm going to just use the PP2 and color the edge of my cardstock, and then just cut a couple of little pieces off to go for my bunny noses. And I know that piece is much bigger than it's actually needed, but That is a cute little bunny face. Do the same thing with the second one. Okay, and now I can finish putting my little bunnies together. So now I'm going to start working on the swing, and the way that that works is the bottom of these strings or ropes goes down to the bottom. Now I am trying to figure out, okay, go this way. I kind of want it to kind of curve out and then curve back, I think. I don't think it really matters which way, it's going to still look cute. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that down here at the bottom. I am using my post-it tape to kind of hold everything in place while I do it, because these are all kind of tiny pieces. Okay, so there we've got that. And of course it's not stuck on one of them. Let's try that again. Put a little bit more glue down. And then put my rope in place. Okay, so that looks kind of cute. And then I'm going to take the bunny that has the little hands to hold onto the rope. And these are die cut out, so it does open. It's going to be a little bit finicky, but let's see if I can get the rope into his hands. I think I'm going to do them one at a time. Okay. And I am taking a chance here, assuming that I'm going to be able to get this on there right. The hard part is trying not to, trying not to rip the card in any way. Okay, so there's one side. And I did put a little bit of glue on his hand, slide it on a little bit more, and then clamp it down so it has time to dry. Okay, then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Let me put a little bit of glue on there. And then slide the little rope in. Okay, and then try to position him the way I want him on his little seat. There we go. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a second and then I'll move on to the next bit. So for the background, I decided to use this oval stitch border. That was last month's die of the month, and it looks like it's a little crooked, but I don't think anybody is going to notice, and I think that that little bunny is just going to pop on that. So next, what I need to do is basically put the mechanism together. Okay, first I need to create that little movable piece, and to do that, I'm actually going to just use some of the excess foam from the foam tape, from the foam squares, and because I need a little tiny piece that is going to fit inside this little circle there. Okay, let me just double check and make sure that this will actually fit. It looks like I need to trim it just a little bit more. Okay, so that looks like it's gonna fit. Let me move my bunny out. Well, I want to make sure that this is right about the right place for my bunny. Okay, I'll put it right about there in the center. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this foam tape down in that little circle there. And I've only actually made a couple of this type of cards. I will leave a link over here for you guys for those other cards that I did, because I believe I've got at least one of them was on... Okay, at least one of them I put up on my channel, so I will make sure to leave that there. I also want to make sure that there's no sticky on the outside of this little foam thing, because that will make it not want to move as well. And this is just a precaution on my end. I'm trying not to put much on there because I don't want to mess up the color of that pretty blue paper. Okay, so this will then go down right here. And then I'm going to take this other circle. Now this was a larger circle out of that was cut out with that. Take the foam tape off and then place that on top, and now this piece moves. So that is super awesome. And then next I need to adhere the strings, or rope rather, to that mechanism. So I'll go ahead and add a little bit of glue to each end. Okay, let's get my little bunny kind of in place. I thought I'm right about there. So pulling that one over, and then I'm going to attach it. I'm going to hold on to it with my tweezers, I hope. Get my tweezers underneath there. Okay, so right about there. That looks good. Hold that in place for a sec. Okay, there we go. And then pull him back down. Now this is going to kind of warp the, or reshape your ropes for your swing, but that is perfectly fine. So I'm going to give that a chance to catch. Okay, I gotta test it now, and he swings. That looks just so darn cute. Awesome. But we don't want this mechanism to be showing, so I'm going to be adding a couple of clouds over the top, so it's going to be blocking that. Place that right down there. Give it a chance to hold. And still swings. That's awesome. So I'm going to add a second cloud, one of the smaller ones, a little bit up, because this side is showing just a touch. So I'm going to put that one up there, but I want to pop it up a little bit, I think. Nope, it's fine. Going to go on there flat. So add that one up right about there. So let me give that a chance to dry a little bit, and then we can work on the sentiment. So I decided I want to do the sentiment, I think, using some of that awesome gold mirror cardstock. So I'm cutting a little piece off, and then I'm going to just cut out these words. We've got swing into spring, and then I'll just run that through my die cutting machine. And these popped out so easy. That is awesome. So I didn't really leave any space for a sentiment, but I think that will work. Okay, I'm going to go with that. Just put some liquid glue on the back of my letters. And you don't really need that much. I'm using art glitter glue and it tends to hold pretty well. I am putting probably more on here than I need because I want to make sure it sticks. And blotting off the part that's over the end because I don't need anything over there because it's going to be hanging off of the cloud. So we've got swing, and then into in the center there. Okay. So that looks adorable. Now, though, I haven't done anything with this little guy, so I need to start putting that one together. So for this one, I have kind of sort of got a plan. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm not positive that it's going to work the way I'm expecting. Actually, that I think will work. I'm planning on trying to do that mechanism again, but even if I can't get the mechanism to work on it, I've still got a cute card with our bunny floating away, so that'll be kind of cool. So I've got a couple of extra clouds, so I'm putting those up there in that sky. And then I need to figure out the arrangement for my balloons. Okay, I think that will work. Okay, so what I think I'm going to start with is just getting the balloons attached to my little bunny's hand. So he's also got, just like in the one with the swing, the hand has got a little slit, so you can put all of these strings into his hand. Okay, so they go like that. We'll trim off the excess of my yellow balloon. And then I need to adhere all of these together right behind his little hand and hope that it sticks. Then I need to adhere my balloons together. Present seal is awesome at keeping everything right about where you want it, and I don't use it nearly often enough. I need to add a little bit to this heart balloon. And then here to the back of the bunny's ear, so he's actually connected to the balloons instead of just to the strings. Okay. Peel this off. And art glitter glue does dry clear, thankfully. Okay, so now we've got our piece pretty much put together, so that is good. Next, I need to create my little swinger piece. So I want my bunny to be, that looks good. And then I think I'm going to have this right about here. So I'm going to do the same thing I did the last time and cut a tiny piece of this foam. And I'm going to put that foam right into that little hole, into that circle. So this time though, I'm going to attach my swinger piece to the balloon. So for that, I need a couple of thin strips. I'm trying to make sure I know which part is the sticky and which part is not, because it's so thin you can't really tell, especially once the foam has come off. Also going to go ahead and do this and adhere this on top to protect that mechanism. and he swings fine. That looks too cute. But it looks like I need to put a little bit more adhesive behind my cloud because he tried to grab a hold of it. Okay, that is adorable. So next I just need to do any kind of finishing touches and of course the sentiment. I decided I'm going to use that same sentiment, the swing into spring, and put that kind of down here in the corner. And if I had to hear it down, well, it shouldn't bother the little bunny at all. So let me go ahead and figure out exactly where do I want that. I think what I'm going to do is right align it. So line it up kind of on the right. I usually try to center everything, but I think this would look kind of cool too. Okay, that looks cute. And then, of course, I want to add a few little sequins to this. I do love these pretty iridescent sequins. And it looks like, I like the mixes where they are different sizes. That is really cool. And I am, of course, assuming that the sequins don't cause any kind of a problem with the bunny, so I will check that and remove any of them that I have to. Yeah, it looks like these two are going to be in the way, so I need to remove those. Okay, the rest of them are not in the way, so I will move this one over to the side. Okay. So that one turned out pretty cute. For this card, I decided to use the scrap on the inside to kind of finish the inside of the card, but it does need a little bit of sequins. And now that I know kind of what I need to do to make sure that it doesn't catch on anything, I can tell where I can add it. Like I can add one up in here, and it won't cause any kind of a problem. Okay, and then I need some more down in the corner here, but where this guy is not going to get caught. I don't think he'll get caught on that one. I'll double check that in just a sec. Okay, that one is a little bit too close. So I'll move him up there. Okay, and now he doesn't hit any of my little sequins. Now this is a super cute die set. I mean, come on, look at that cute little bunny. Okay, guys, so that's going to finish up this card. I'm sorry, I'm just having too much fun with it. Had to make 2 cards because they are just too adorable. Well, if you want to see some more videos where I'm using some Spellbinders products, be sure to check out this playlist here. You guys have a wonderful day, and remember, if I can make it, you can too. Have a great day.